Hey up lads and lasses, Fletch here from Ultimate Halo, and last night Joe Staten took to Twitter to inform the Halo community that the roadmap, originally planned for January for Co-op and Forge, is going to be delayed. Of course, that's quite disappointing news for Halo fans, and it does beg the question, what exactly is going on behind the scenes at 343? Well, that's what I want to discuss today, and as well as go over some of the community sentiment around it and see what you guys think, most importantly as well. And if you're not already, please do consider subscribing. It's free, it helps me out tremendously, and most importantly, enjoy the video.
Ultimate Halo.
Okay, so overall, I think fans' frustration is clearly visible with this game. While some are definitely counting their blessings, it didn't launch like Battlefield or Call of Duty. It's still been a bitter pill to swallow with all the bugs and issues that have come along with it. Whether it's the Cyber Showdown armor pieces being misaligned, which is a little bit silly, if you ask me, Big Team Battle being broken, and the store being what it is. To be honest, I'll leave the list there because it's a long one. Some fans do seem to be getting quite impatient, which is completely understandable. So what exactly is going on at 343? Well, this is the tough part. We can only speculate, but like anything in life, it's all a big balancing act, and there will be lots of initiatives going on in the background for this game, both internally and what it's sounding like now, externally as well. When you're working on big projects like video games, you need to prioritize what you're working on, but at the same time, especially in Halo Infinite's case, it's all a moving picture, meaning that 343 have had to change their plans quite a lot, I would imagine. For example, when the game launched, 343 would have a rough picture of what their roadmap would look like, but because of the state the game launched in, it will have been dramatically shifted as a result. Now let's say Big Team Battle was in a completely acceptable state, no hotfixes were needed, I would feel pretty confident we'd have a roadmap by now. If fans also enjoyed the progression system, there wouldn't be any need to rework the store or the battle pass, therefore many resources would be freed up in the studio to work on other parts of the project. The reality is 343 have shifted to what you call an MVP state, which stands for minimum viable product, and I appreciate in the Halo 3 days it was most valuable player. Please bring that back, I loved that. Anyway, this is where their top priority is fixing pressing issues such as desync and BTB for players, and it does not reflect well on them as their product have these issues ongoing. Then resources will have been pulled from other seasonal updates that they were working on and other products, so they can push these updates to fix the game through the door. For those thinking, well, this must be a simple and straightforward task, you know what, it might look that way on the surface level, but this means that people's workloads will have been reshuffled. What impact does that have on a monetary perspective is a big question that will be asked, and do other projects have to be shifted as a result? The answer is, quite honestly, it impacts all of the above. So should Halo fans have a right to be unhappy about this? And yes, 100%. Once again, this is one of the most bare bones releases for a Halo game in a long time, and the fact that Forge is not only delayed by a month like it was in Halo 5, but it's by quite a considerable amount of time, and I think it's doing a little bit of damage to the game and its fan base at the minute. I'm not saying Halo Infinite cannot recover, but it's in a peculiar spot right now where it's going to take a little while to recover from. So what about community sentiment? Well, it seems to be a bit of a mixed bag at the minute. For the most part, responses to Joe Staten's tweets do seem quite supportive, and I think most of the fans on the whole appreciate that they don't want anything to be rushed or botched as a result of it, well, as a result of fans breathing down their necks basically. But at the same time, there does seem to be sentiment that the way it launched was completely unacceptable, and whilst game development is indeed a minefield and it's had longer in the oven than most games, I would agree that it's incredibly frustrating what errors we're seeing, but I have full faith that 343 can bring it around, and I think, to be quite honest with everybody here, I think when Forge and Co-op do eventually release, along with new maps, mods, and improvements to the Game Pass and Storefront, I think people will forget about it. At the end of Halo 5, I came away having some great memories on custom games and multiplayer, and I thought in the end, you know what, even though I have some massive gripes with the game, I really did enjoy it, and I kind of forgot the state it launched in. So that doesn't necessarily justify the means, but at the end of the day, I think we'll be all happier when these are out the door. But let me know what you think. Are you frustrated? Are you annoyed? What's your sort of sentiment around this? And also, I'm currently working on this weekend's episode of the Ultimate Halo Show on my Twitch, which is in the description. We have Halo Canon versus Hidden Xperia going off. Make sure you are there. It's going to be the titans of Halo lore going against each other, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Jack Fletcher, and if you're not already, please do subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
Subscribe now to Ultimate Halo for more unfriggin' believable Halo content.